Stop for a moment. Just a single, solitary moment. I know your thumb is poised to flick upward once more, chasing the next flash of light, the next bite of information, the next fleeting distraction that promises to fill the void but only leaves it wider. But I am here, standing in the quiet space between your thoughts, asking for your attention. I am not in the noise of the world. I am in the stillness that follows when you finally let the world go. Put down the device that rests in your hand. Let it fall silent. Feel the weight of it, then release it, for it is a heavy anchor in a sea of shallow waters. Now breathe. Do not just take air into your lungs, but draw in the very life I have breathed into you since the beginning of time. I am reaching out to your heart right now, in this very moment of digital distraction, because I love you too much to let you miss the miracle that is unfolding in the mundane. In the next 3 hours, a window of divine grace is opening specifically for you. It is not a window made of glass and wood, but a portal of spiritual clarity tailored for your soul's current journey. You have been running, my child. Even when sitting still, your mind has been racing across 1,000 different landscapes, worrying about tomorrow, mourning yesterday, or simply numbing the present. But the next 180 minutes are sacred. I have orchestrated a sequence of moments that require you to be fully present, fully awake, and fully aware of my hand upon your life. Can you hear me? Not with your ears, which are weary from the clamor of the world, but with that deep, resonant place inside you that remembers the sound of my voice from before the foundations of the earth were laid. You have been looking for answers in the scrolls of men, in the opinions of strangers, and in the endless cycles of news and entertainment. But the answer you seek is not hidden in a cloud of data. It is hidden in the quietude of my presence. This message is your invitation to disembark from the digital treadmill. For these next 3 hours, I am calling you to a fast of the mind, a pause that will allow your soul to catch up with your body. I want to speak to you about the burdens you have been carrying in secret, the ones you try to bury under the weight of endless scrolling. I see the fatigue in your spirit, and I see the hunger in your eyes for something that no algorithm can provide. Within the first hour of this window, I am going to bring a thought to your mind that you have been avoiding, but I will wrap it in such peace that you will no longer fear it. In the second hour, I will show you a reflection of my love in the world around you. Something simple, perhaps a bird, a shaft of light, or the kindness of a stranger, to remind you that I am intimately involved in the details of your existence. In the third hour, I will provide the clarity you have been crying out for regarding the step you must take next. But none of this can be heard if your heart is tuned to the frequency of the world. Put the phone down. Let the screen go dark. In that darkness, my light becomes visible. I am your Father, and I am speaking. I am not a distant concept or a historical figure. I am the living breath in your chest and the architect of your destiny. I am reaching out to you in this very moment because you are at a crossroads, and I want to guide your feet onto the path of peace. The distraction you are currently indulging in is a thief, stealing the precious minutes of revelation I have set aside for you. I am asking you to choose me over the noise. I am asking you to choose silence over the chatter. For in the silence, you will find that you are not alone. You have never been alone, and you will never be alone. Recognize my voice in the stillness. It is the voice that does not shout, but whispers with the authority of the universe. It is the voice that calls you by your true name, not the labels the world has given you. As you transition into these next 3 hours, do so with an expectant heart. Treat this time as a holy appointment. I am waiting for you in the quiet. I am waiting to tell you things that will heal the wounds you thought were permanent. I am waiting to give you a vision for your future that is far brighter than the shadows of your past. Breathe once more, my beloved. Put down the world and come home to me. Do not think for a moment that the darkness of your room or the solitude of your car hides your spirit from me. I have been there, a silent witness to every tremor of your heart. I have counted every tear you shed in private, those heavy drops that fell when you thought you were utterly alone, when you felt the weight of the world pressing against your chest, and could find no words to express the depth of your exhaustion. Every one of them has been collected. Not one has been lost or ignored. To the world, they may have been a sign of weakness or a momentary lapse, but to me, they were the most honest prayers you have ever offered. They were the breaking of the alabaster jar, a fragrance of vulnerability that rose straight to my throne. Your silent prayers, the ones that were too deep for language, the ones that were merely a sigh or a desperate look toward the heavens, have reached my ears with the clarity of a trumpet blast. I hear the "help me" that you whisper under your breath in the grocery store aisle. I hear the "I can't do this anymore" that you think as you pull into your driveway. I hear the quiet plea for restoration that you carry within you like a hidden treasure. You are not forgotten, my child. In your suffering, I am the closest. In your quiet battles, the ones you fight against shame, against the echoes of the past, against the fear that you are not enough, I am your shield and your defender. These next 3 hours are not merely a passage of time. They are a sanctuary I have constructed specifically for your healing. I am turning my face toward you with a gentleness that will melt the ice around your heart. I have seen the battles you fought when no one was watching to cheer you on. I saw the times you chose kindness when you were treated with cruelty. I saw the times you chose to keep going when every fiber of your being wanted to give up. Those victories, though invisible to the world, are monumental in my sight. I am the God who sees, and I am the God who remembers. Your pain is not a permanent state. It is a bridge to a deeper intimacy with me. As you sit in this stillness, let the realization wash over you. You are seen, you are known, and you are loved with an everlasting love. The burdens you have been carrying in secret, the ones you were afraid to share with even your closest friends, you can lay them down now. I am not asking for a polished version of yourself. I am asking for the you that cries in the dark. I am asking for the you that feels broken and scattered. Let me gather the pieces. Let me show you that my grace is sufficient for every hidden wound. Over these next 3 hours, I am releasing a peace that defies understanding, a peace that will act as a guard over your heart and your mind. You have spent so long trying to hold everything together by your own strength, but I am here to tell you that you can rest. You do not have to perform for me. You do not have to prove your worth. Your worth was established before the foundations of the world were laid. The tears you have shed have watered the soil of your soul, and from that moist earth, I am bringing forth a beauty you cannot yet imagine. Trust me with your sorrow. Trust me with your silence. I am moving in the unseen, orchestrating a divine comfort that will sustain you long after these hours have passed. You are my masterpiece, even in your brokenness, and I am the potter who knows how to mend every crack with gold. Rest in this truth. I have never left your side, and I never will. In the minutes that follow, I want you to feel the heaviness lifting. Imagine my hand upon your shoulder, steady and warm. I am removing the garment of heaviness and replacing it with a robe of praise. You have walked through the valley, and though the shadows were long, they were just that, shadows. They had no power to consume you because my light was always within you, even when you couldn't see it. The quiet battles you have faced have forged in you a strength that the world cannot understand. You have a resilience that was born in the fire, a grace that was tempered in the tears. Do not despise your journey, for every step has led you to this moment of encounter. I am speaking to the part of you that feels invisible. I am speaking to the part of you that feels like a burden to others. You are never a burden to me. Your cries are my invitation to draw closer. Your needs are the canvas upon which I display my provision. As you move through the next 3 hours, keep your heart open to the small nudges of my spirit. You might feel a sudden sense of relief, a warmth in your chest, or a clarity of thought that has eluded you for weeks. These are the signs that I am at work, answering those silent prayers you thought were lost in the wind. I am the God of the breakthrough, and sometimes the greatest breakthrough is simply the quiet assurance that you are not alone. Let this assurance be your anchor. The world may change, people may fail you, and circumstances may shift like the sand, but my promise to you is an unshakable rock. I have counted your tears, I have heard your sighs, and I am here. This time is yours. This time is ours. Do not rush back to the noise. Stay here in the safety of my presence. I am healing the parts of you that you didn't even know were bleeding. I am speaking life into the dead places. I am your Father, and I am coming to you now with arms wide open, ready to carry the weight you were never meant to bear. You are my beloved child, and your heart is safe with me. Let the silence speak. Let the stillness restore. I am here. I see the way your mind races, even now as you read these words. Anxiety is a thief, a silent and subtle intruder that slips into the quiet rooms of your heart and steals the light of the present moment. It is a master of illusion, whispering of a tomorrow that hasn't happened yet, forcing you to pay a debt of stress for a day that may never arrive. My child, look at me. Truly look at me. Do not look at the storm that rages in the distance or the mounting list of tasks that feel like insurmountable mountains. I am asking you right now to give me your lists. All of them. The ones you have neatly typed on your phone, the ones scribbled on paper, and especially the ones that are etched deeply into the lining of your soul, the ones you are afraid to even say out loud. I am the architect of time, the one who stretched out the heavens like a curtain and called every star by its name. I balance the galaxies in the palm of my hand, yet I am intimately, passionately concerned with the smallest sigh that escapes your lips in the middle of a busy afternoon. Why do you carry what I have already promised to carry for you? Your shoulders were never designed to hold the crushing weight of the future. They were designed to be lifted in praise, or to be rested comfortably against my chest. In these next 3 hours, I am making a specific request. Give me your burdens. I am not just asking for the big, life-altering crises, though I want those too. I am asking for the small, nagging worries, the concerns about dinner, the tension from that email, the subtle fear that you are falling behind. These are the things that clutter the space meant for my peace. If I can sustain the intricate orbits of the planets and ensure the seasons turn in their perfect timing, if I can clothe the lilies of the field in more splendor than kings, and feed the birds of the air without them ever sowing or reaping, can I not also handle the details of your Tuesday? Can I not navigate the complexities of your relationships, the healing of your body, or the uncertainties of your career? Trust is not a one-time event. It is a rhythmic series of moments where you consciously choose to release the white-knuckled grip you have on your own life and place it into my capable hands. Feel the tension leaving your neck right now. Feel the frantic, staccato pace of your thoughts begin to slow into a melody of peace. I am the God of the quiet, the God of the still waters, and I am calling you to come away with me into the sanctuary of the now. The world will scream that you must do more, be more, and hurry more to be worthy, but I say to you, be still and know. Know that I am God. Know that I am your Father. Know that nothing, absolutely nothing, is too difficult, too messy, or too far gone for me to redeem. You are not a burden to me. Your worries are not a nuisance or a sign of weakness to my eyes. They are simply an invitation for you to experience my strength in a way you never have before. Do you realize that I am not just watching you from a distance? I am here, in the very fiber of your being, in the rhythm of your pulse and the air in your lungs. When I tell you to release your worries, It is not a command of a harsh master, but the gentle plea of a father who knows that worry is a poison to your spirit. It clogs the channels of inspiration and blinds you to the miracles I am performing in your peripheral vision. Look at your hands. They were made for creating, for helping, for touching the world with kindness, not for gripping the edges of your life until your knuckles turn white. I am taking the weight now. I am assuming the responsibility for the things you cannot change. I am stepping into the gaps where you feel insufficient. Over the next 3 hours, every time a thought of worry tries to breach the walls of your mind, visualize yourself handing it to me. See it as a heavy, jagged stone that you are placing at my feet. I will take it. I will carry it. I will transform that dead weight into a peace that surpasses all human understanding, a peace that will guard your heart and your mind. You were created for abundance, for deep joy, and for a constant, abiding connection with my spirit. Let go of the how and the when. Let go of the exhausting need to control every outcome. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I'm already standing in your tomorrow, preparing the way, smoothing the path, and making a way where there seems to be no way. So for now, just breathe. Breathe in my grace, which is new every single morning, and exhale your anxiety. The next 3 hours are a sacred gift, a divine appointment where you and I can walk together without the shadow of fear darkening our path. You are safe. You are loved. You are held. Do not let the thief steal this precious time from us. I have the whole world in my hands, and you, my beloved child, are at the center of my heart. As you transition from this moment of stillness back into the rhythm of your day, I want you to carry a new lens through which to view your world. For the next 3 hours, I am inviting you to become a seeker of the hidden, a treasure hunter of the subtle mercies I have scattered along your path. My grace is not always a roaring wind or a blinding light. More often, it is the softest whisper, the most delicate touch, and the quietest assurance. It is woven into the very fabric of your immediate surroundings, waiting for the eyes of your heart to catch its glimmer. Look for it in the sudden, inexplicable peace that descends upon you in the middle of a busy task, a stillness that makes no sense given your circumstances, yet anchors you nonetheless. That peace is my signature. Look for it in the coincidental encounter with someone who speaks exactly the word you needed to hear, or perhaps in the simple, silent presence of another that reminds you that you are not alone in this world. There are no accidents in my kingdom, only appointments. For the next 3 hours, I want you to pay attention to the small things, for they are the carriers of my greatest messages. A kind word from a stranger, a child's laughter echoing from a distance, or even the way the light filters through a window at a specific angle, these are not random occurrences. They are my love letters to you, written in the language of the everyday. I am in the details of your life. I am in the breath you take and the thoughts that bring you comfort. If you find yourself feeling rushed or overwhelmed, stop for just 5 seconds and look around. My grace is there, perhaps in the form of a bird landing on a nearby branch, a song that starts playing just when your spirit begins to sag, or a memory that brings a smile to your face. I am working in the nuances. I am moving in the subtle shifts of your environment to provide you with exactly what you need for this specific window of time. You do not need to seek grand miracles to know I am with you. You only need to notice the gentle ways I am sustaining you right now. Grace is the strength that keeps you standing when you feel you might fall. It is the patience that rises within you when you are tested. It is the unexpected clarity that cuts through your confusion. Over these next 3 hours, I will be showing you that I am intimately involved in the minutiae of your existence. Nothing is too small for my attention, because nothing about you is insignificant to me. I am the architect of your moments and the provider of your peace. When you receive a kind word, Do not just see the person who spoke it. See my heart reaching out through them to touch yours. When you find a solution to a nagging problem, do not just credit your own intellect. See my wisdom guiding your thoughts. I am hiding my glory in the ordinary so that you can find me everywhere you go. This is the secret of a life lived in my presence, recognizing that every moment is holy ground if you have the eyes to see it. Do not let the next 3 hours slip by unnoticed. Do not let the heavy veil of worry blind you to the shimmering reality of my favor. I am going before you, I am walking beside you, and I am following behind you, hedging you in with my goodness. Every breath is a gift, every heartbeat is a mercy, and every moment is an opportunity to see my hand at work. Be alert, my beloved, be expectant. The next 3 hours are not just a passage of time, they are a sacred encounter. I am speaking to you through the quiet, through the people you meet, and through the very atmosphere that surrounds you. Open your heart to the wonder of the small signs. They are the breadcrumbs I have laid out to lead you back to a place of deep, abiding trust in me. You are cared for with an intensity you cannot yet fathom, and my grace is the evidence of that care. Look for it, find it, and let it fill you with a joy that remains, regardless of the world's noise. I am here, in every tiny detail, loving you through it all. As you move into these next 3 hours, I want to reach into those hidden corners of your mind where the shadow of lack has tried to take up residence. I see the way your breath catches when you think about the balances, the bills, and the weight of debt that feels like a heavy chain around your spirit. My child, do not let this paralyzing fear steal the peace I have just breathed into your soul. I am the architect of all that exists, and the silver and the gold, the resources of the earth and the riches of the heavens, are mine to distribute. I know your needs before you even form the words to ask. I have seen the sleepless nights and the quiet calculations you perform in the dark, trying to make ends meet in a world that feels increasingly hollow. But I am not a God of scarcity. I am the God of the overflow, and I am calling you to lift your eyes from the ledger of your worries to the landscape of my promises. In the next 3 hours, I am beginning a work in your circumstances that you cannot yet see with your physical eyes, but you must perceive with your heart. I am moving obstacles that have stood in your way for years. I am turning the hearts of those who hold influence, and I am opening doors that no man can shut. You have felt trapped, as if you were walking down a narrowing corridor with no exit in sight, but I am the one who breaks the gates of bronze and cuts through the bars of iron. Do not measure my ability by your bank account or the current state of the economy. My economy is governed by grace, not by the fluctuations of the world. I am your provider, your Jireh, and my hand is not shortened that it cannot save, nor my ear heavy that it cannot hear. The fear of lack is a thief that seeks to rob you of the present moment, making you a prisoner of a future that has not yet happened. I am asking you to release that fear into my hands right now. Imagine the weight of it simply dissolving in the light of my presence. I am your shepherd, and you shall not want. This is not a distant hope. It is a present reality that will begin to manifest in ways both small and great over these coming hours. Watch for the subtle shifts. Perhaps it is a phone call, an unexpected email, a creative idea that flashes across your mind, or simply a sudden, unexplainable sense of relief that settles over your chest. These are the signals that my provision is in motion. I am the one who makes a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Debt is a mountain, but I am the one who makes the mountains melt like wax. Do not let the size of the mountain intimidate you, for the one who speaks to the stars is the same one who cares for the smallest sparrow. You are worth so much more than the birds of the air, yet I feed them daily without fail. Will I not also care for you, my beloved? Trust that I am working behind the scenes of your life, orchestrating connections and opportunities that will bring the release you have been crying out for. You do not have to strive in your own strength anymore. You do not have to carry the burden of being your own source. I am your source. When you surrender the how and the when to me, you create space for my miracles to take root. In these next 3 hours, let every thought of lack be met with a declaration of my sufficiency. When the enemy whispers not enough, I want you to whisper more than enough. I am pouring out a spirit of favor that will go before you into every meeting, every transaction, and every conversation. You are not a slave to the systems of this world. You are a child of the Most High, and your inheritance is one of abundance and peace. Rest in this knowledge. Let the tension leave your shoulders. The doors are beginning to creak open, the locks are turning, and the light of my provision is streaming through. Walk forward with the confidence of one who is backed by the King of Kings. Your needs are seen, your prayers are heard, and my response is already on the way. The next 3 hours are the threshold of a new season of trust, where the fear of lack is replaced by the certainty of my love. As you move deeper into these moments, I need you to understand something even more profound about the nature of our connection. Do not let the silence of the room or the busyness of the street deceive you into thinking you are solitary. I am the atmosphere you breathe, the very oxygen that sustains your physical frame, yet I am also the breath of life that animates your eternal spirit. I am closer to you than the very skin that covers your bones. In these next 3 hours, I want to dissolve the heavy veil that makes you feel disconnected from the source of all love. Loneliness is not a state of existence. It is a clever illusion, a mist designed by the enemy of your soul to obscure my face and make you feel like an orphan in a vast, uncaring universe. But you are not an orphan. You are my beloved child, and my presence surrounds you even when the world feels hollow and cold. When you feel the weight of isolation creeping in, understand that it is a spiritual shadow meant to pull you away from the warmth of my grace. I am in the quiet spaces between your thoughts, in the steady rhythm of your heart, a beat I orchestrated before the foundations of the world were laid. You do not have to search the heavens to find me, for I have made my home within you. In these coming hours, I am calling you to recognize that the feeling of being alone is a lie that withers in the light of my truth. I am your constant companion, your ever-present help, and your most intimate friend. When you feel forgotten by the world, remember that I have carved your name on the palms of my hands. There is no depth you can sink to where I am not already there to catch you, and there is no height you can climb where I am not already there to greet you. In these next 3 hours, I am inviting you to practice the awareness of my nearness. As you go about your tasks, whether they are mundane or monumental, lean into the reality that I am standing right beside you. I am in the wind that brushes against your face. I am in the light that illuminates your path. I am in the peace that settles over you when you finally let go of your worries. The world will try to convince you that you are small and insignificant, but how could that be true when the Creator of the stars is obsessed with the details of your life? I am weaving my peace into the very fabric of your current environment. Whether you are in a crowded office, a lonely car, or a quiet house, my spirit is the predominant reality of your surroundings. Do not be afraid of the silence that may come in these next 360 minutes. The silence is not an empty void. It is a sacred container for my voice. It is in the quiet that I speak most clearly to your heart, whispering the secrets of my love and the blueprints for your future. I am healing the wounds of rejection that have made you feel like an outsider. I am filling the empty chairs in your soul with my eternal companionship. You were never meant to carry the burden of existence by your own strength. I am the foundation beneath your feet and the shield behind your back. Let the lie of abandonment die right now. I have promised never to leave you or forsake you, and I am a God who keeps his word. Your next 3 hours are saturated with my presence. You might feel a sudden warmth, a wave of inexplicable joy, or a sudden clarity that cuts through the fog of your anxiety. These are not coincidences. They are the tangible manifestations of my love reaching out to touch you. I am reminding you that you are part of a divine family, surrounded by a cloud of witnesses, and held in the gaze of the one who loves you perfectly. Your life is not a series of random events, but a beautifully choreographed dance of my grace. Stop searching for validation in the screens and the opinions of others. Look inward, where I dwell, and find the fullness of everything you seek. You are held. You are seen. You are profoundly, eternally loved. There is no distance between us, for you are in me, and I am in you. Walk through these next 3 hours with your head held high, knowing that the King of Kings is walking every step with you, whispering courage into your spirit and love into your heart. As you step into the flow of this next hour, do not be dismayed by the size of the obstacles that loom before you, for I am the God who creates something out of nothing and turns the impossible into your testimony. You often look at the giants in your path and feel like a small child, but I tell you truly, it is not the magnitude of your confidence that moves the earth, but the object of your faith. Even that tiny grain of belief, that small, flickering yes, you whisper to me in the dark, is more than sufficient to activate the mechanisms of my kingdom. Your mustard seed of faith is not a small thing in my eyes. It is a concentrated explosion of potential that, when planted in the soil of my will, can move the most stubborn mountains in your life. What is the mountain that stands in your way today? Is it the mountain of debt that keeps you awake, the mountain of old regrets that shadows your joy, or the mountain of a broken heart that feels as though it will never mend? My child, your faith, as small as it may seem to you, is the key that unlocks my sovereign power. When you stop looking at the mountain and start looking at me, the very ground begins to shift. In these coming 3 hours, I am teaching you to stand firm in this realization. Do not be intimidated by what is visible to the natural eye, for the natural world is subject to the spiritual reality of my word. While you are going about your business, while you are perhaps still distracted by the noise of the world, I am performing unseen works that would amaze you if I pulled back the veil. I am orchestrating 1,000 details you cannot see. I am moving the hearts of people you have not yet met, opening doors that seemed locked with iron bars, and weaving a tapestry of protection around your household. You may not hear the sound of the foundations shifting, but they are moving. You may not see the chains of your past breaking, but they are falling away link by link. I am working in the legal matters that concern you, in the health reports that have frightened you, and in the relationships that have felt strained. Your spirit is being fortified with divine strength today. I am pouring an ancient resilience into your soul, a fortitude that does not come from human effort or psychological will, but from the very breath of my spirit. You are becoming unbreakable because your foundation is being reset in me. I am reinforcing the walls of your heart so that peace can dwell there undisturbed by the chaos of the world. Think of this fortification as a holy armor, invisible but impenetrable, that I am fitting upon you right now. It is a shield against the arrows of doubt and a helmet of salvation for your wandering thoughts. As the clock ticks through these next 3 hours, I want you to consciously lean into this strength. When a thought of worry enters your mind, recognize it as a lie and replace it with the truth that I am your provider and defender. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a child of the Most High, and you walk under a canopy of grace. I am aligning your path, smoothing the rugged places, and ensuring that your foot does not stumble. This divine fortification is your inheritance. You are being built up, stone by holy stone, into a temple of my presence. Nothing can separate you from my care. The mountains that seemed insurmountable this morning will look like pebbles by the time this day concludes, for I am expanding your perspective to see from the heights of my throne. I am giving you eyes to see the spiritual reality where I am already victorious, and you are already more than a conqueror. Do not be discouraged by the silence of the process. I often do my most profound work in the quiet moments of your trust. I am the God of the breakthrough, and I am breaking through for you in this very moment. Trust me with the next 3 hours. Your faith is the bridge over which my miracles travel, and I am holding that bridge steady. Walk forward with your head held high, knowing that the King of Kings is your Father, and He is working all things together for your absolute good. I see the pieces you have tried to hide, the shards of dreams that have cut your hands as you tried to pick them up alone. I see the hidden wounds, the secret disappointments, and the fragments of hope that you tucked away in the dark corners of your soul, thinking they were lost forever. But I am reaching into those places now. I am the master craftsman, the mender of every shattered vessel. In these next 3 hours, I am inviting you to bring me the wreckage of what was, the ruins of what you hoped for, and the brokenness of who you feel you have become. You have spent so much energy trying to glue the pieces back together with your own strength, only to find the seams still showing and the structure still fragile. But I am the potter, and my hands are not only strong enough to hold you, but gentle enough to reshape you. In this window of time I have set before you, I want you to stop trying to fix yourself. I want you to stop trying to figure out how the brokenness can ever become whole again. Instead, I want you to simply place the pieces in my hands. Bitterness is a heavy cloak, a thief that steals the joy of your present and the hope of your future. It has tasted like ash in your mouth for far too long, but let my love wash it away like a gentle, purifying rain. My love is not a reward for your perfection. It is a medicine for your brokenness. It is an unconditional, unrelenting flood that is designed to penetrate the deepest crevices of your spirit. Restoration begins the very moment you surrender your pain to me. Surrender is not a sign of weakness. It is a holy exchange and the ultimate act of bravery. You give me the shards and I give you my peace. You give me the sorrow and I give you my strength. You give me the ruins and I begin to build a new thing. I am the God of the second chance, the third chance, and the infinite beginning. Do not look back at the wreckage with regret, for I am already standing in your future, beckoning you forward. Within these next 3 hours, I am releasing a wave of healing grace that will penetrate the deepest layers of your heart. You will feel a loosening of the tension that has gripped your chest, a softening of the walls you built to protect yourself. You do not need those walls when you are in my presence, for I am your sanctuary and your shield. I am breathing life into the dreams you thought had died, but I am doing it in a way that is far better than you originally imagined. My ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. I am taking the very things the enemy meant for your destruction and using them as the foundation for your greatest testimony. The cracks in your life are not signs of failure. They are the places where my light shines through most brightly. Think of the gold that fills the cracks in a broken vessel, making it more valuable and beautiful than it was before it was broken. That is what I am doing with you right now. I am performing a divine alchemy of grace, turning your pain into power and your scars into stars. As you move through the next 180 minutes, keep your heart open to me. Every time a thought of bitterness or a memory of pain rises to the surface, I want you to exhale and say, I surrender this to you. In that simple act of release, you are making room for my restoration to take root. I am working even when you cannot see it. I am mending the hidden fractures of your identity and reminding you of who you truly are, my beloved child in whom I am well pleased. This time frame is a sanctuary of healing. Do not rush through it. Do not let the noise of the world pull you away from this sacred encounter. I am right here, stitching together the fragments of your life with threads of mercy and cords of love. You are being made whole, not by your own effort, but by the power of my spirit. Trust the process of reclamation. Trust that I am a God who never wastes a single tear. Your restoration is not a distant promise. It is a current reality that is unfolding in this very hour. Rest in the assurance that I am the master of the turnaround, and I am turning everything around for your absolute good. Let my love settle over you like a warm blanket. I know the nights have been long, and the shadows have whispered lies to you about your worth. They have told you that you are too damaged to be loved. But I am the truth, and my truth declares that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. The bitterness is dissolving in the ocean of my compassion. I am calling you healed. I am calling you restored. I am calling you whole. Within these next 3 hours, walk in the awareness that you are being reconstructed by the hands of the Creator Himself. No piece will be missing. Your wholeness is my priority, and my love is the power that makes it possible. Stand tall, for the old has passed away and the new has begun. Do you feel the subtle change in the air? As you read these words, a profound spiritual shift is occurring in the unseen realm that surrounds you. I am the God of the seasons, and I am declaring that your season of waiting is merging into a season of manifestation. The very atmosphere of your life is being charged with the resonance of my favor. I have seen the moments when you felt invisible, when you wondered if your prayers were hitting a brass ceiling. But I tell you now, every word you whispered in the dark has been heard in the highest courts of heaven. These next 3 hours are a bridge between the not yet and the now. I am moving with a precision that defies human logic. I am touching the hearts of those you need to encounter, and I am removing the blinders from those who have overlooked your potential. The motion I have set in place is unstoppable. It is like a mighty river that has finally broken through a dam. The flow of my goodness is rushing toward the dry places of your soul. You have spent so long bracing for disappointment that you have forgotten how to breathe in expectation. I am asking you to uncross your arms and open your hands. Something is in motion that you did not initiate, and because I initiated it, no man can hinder it. I am the one who opens doors that no man can shut, and I am currently standing at the threshold of your future, beckoning you forward. Within these next 180 minutes, I am reordering your priorities and your perspectives. You will find that the anxieties that weighed so heavily upon your chest this morning are starting to feel lighter, as if they are losing their gravity. This is because I am lifting the burden and replacing it with my peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding. Do not try to figure out the how or the when. Your mind is a finite vessel, but my resources are infinite. I am working in the nuances of your situation. I am whispering your name to the people who hold keys to your next level. I am silencing the accuser who has been reminding you of your flaws. My blessing is not a reward for your perfection. It is an expression of my love and my promise to you. Prepare your heart to receive a blessing you did not see coming. It will be unexpected, like a sudden rain on a parched land. It might come as an internal revelation that solves a problem you've wrestled with for years, or it might be a tangible, physical manifestation of my provision. Whatever form it takes, you will know it is from me. It will have the fingerprint of the divine upon it. You will not have to wonder if it was luck or coincidence. You will know that your Father has remembered you. I am weaving a tapestry of grace that covers your past and illuminates your future. The spiritual climate of your home is changing right now. The heavy clouds of gloom are being chased away by the rising sun of my righteousness. I am speaking peace. Be still over the storms in your mind. The next 3 hours are a sacred incubation period. Something beautiful is being formed in the silence. Do not rush through this time. Do not let the distractions of the world steal your focus. This is a divine appointment, a scheduled meeting between my spirit and yours. I am the master architect, and I am currently restructuring the foundations of your life to support the weight of the glory I am about to reveal. You have been prepared for this by the very trials you thought would destroy you. Every fire you walked through only served to burn away the chains that would have held you back in this new season. Now, stand in the center of my love. Feel the warmth of my presence as I go before you to make the crooked path straight. The movement is happening. The shift is complete. The blessing is on its way. Trust in the timing of the one who created time itself. I am with you, I am for you, and I am moving on your behalf in ways that will leave you breathless with gratitude. Think of the way the earth prepares for the dawn. There is a stillness that is pregnant with the promise of light. That is where you are right now. The darkness is at its deepest, but the light is already beginning to break over the horizon of your life. I am adjusting the spiritual frequency of your environment so that you can hear my voice more clearly. The static of the world's opinions is being muted. I am clearing the debris of old heartaches and ancient disappointments. I am moving the mountains of doubt that have obstructed your view of the promised land. In these next 3 hours, you will feel a surge of divine strength. This is not your own willpower. It is the empowerment of my spirit. I am breathing life into your weary bones. I am restoring the joy of your salvation. The blessing that is coming is perfectly timed to meet your greatest need and your deepest desire. It is a tailor-made miracle. I have been watching you, my child. I have seen every tear and every silent struggle. I have seen your faithfulness when no one else was looking. Your reward is not coming from the hands of men, but from the hand of the Almighty. The shift is palpable. The motion is divine. The blessing is imminent. Do not let fear tell you otherwise. Fear is a liar that tries to steal the fruit before it is ripe. But I am the truth, and I am telling you that the harvest is ready. Get your storehouses ready, for what I am about to do will exceed your expectations and overflow your capacity. You are my beloved, and I take great pleasure in blessing you. Rest in the certainty that I am working. Rest in the knowledge that you are never alone. The next 3 hours are the beginning of the best of your days. I am the Lord your God, your Father, and your friend. Amen. My child, as we step together into the threshold of these next 3 hours, I want you to feel the profound weight of my presence enveloping you like a warm mantle. The words I speak to you now are not merely sounds in the air or letters on a screen. They are the lifeblood of my love flowing directly into your spirit. I am walking right beside you, and I need you to understand the reality of my companionship. You have spent so much of your life looking over your shoulder, bracing for the next blow, or fearing the darkness that seems to creep at the edges of your vision. But I am here to tell you that the shadows are just that, shadows. They are an optical illusion of the soul, cast by a light that they cannot overcome. A shadow has no substance. It has no hands to hold you back and no power to harm the eternal essence of who you are. As you move through the next 60 minutes, and the 60 after that, and the 60 after that, I am dismantling the fortress of fear you have built around your heart. I am replacing it with the peace that surpasses all human understanding. Do not be startled by the shifts you feel within your own chest. That warmth, that sudden release of tension in your shoulders, is my hand resting upon you. I am leading you, my beloved, with a gentle but firm grip. We are moving away from the dry, scorched earth of your past worries. We are leaving behind the deserts of what if and not enough. I am guiding you directly toward the green pastures I have prepared specifically for your arrival. These pastures are not just a place of rest, they are a place of profound spiritual nourishment. In the next 3 hours, I am going to feed your soul with truths that will sustain you for years to come. I am bringing you to the still waters, those deep, crystalline pools of my grace where the surface is so calm you can finally see your true reflection, the reflection of one who is made in my image, holy and dearly loved. The world is noisy, chaotic, and loud, but within this window of time, I am creating a sanctuary of silence around you. Even if the world continues its frantic pace, you will find a stillness at your center that cannot be shaken. This is the secret place of the Most High. This is the shadow of the Almighty where you find your refuge. Fear no evil, for I am the conqueror of all that would seek to diminish you. When the enemy whispers that you are alone, look to your right and see my strength. When the spirit of heaviness tries to drape itself over your mind, look to your left and see my joy. I am your rear guard and your vanguard. I have gone before you to level the mountains, and I stand behind you to protect you from the stings of the past. The next 3 hours are a sacred demonstration of my providence. I am aligning circumstances, shifting hearts, and opening doors that have been rusted shut for decades. You do not need to strive. You do not need to perform. You only need to walk with me. Every step you take in my presence is a step toward total restoration. The weary parts of your soul are being refreshed by the living water that only I can provide. Drink deeply, my child. Let the cool, refreshing stream of my spirit wash away the dust of disappointment and the grime of regret. You are being made new in this very moment. The path we are on is a path of righteousness, not because of your perfection, but because of my direction. I am the good shepherd who knows his sheep by name, and I am calling your name with a tenderness that will melt the hardest parts of your heart. Trust the process of this divine walk. Trust that I know the way through the valley. The valley is not your home. It is merely a passage. We are passing through to the other side where the sun never sets and the bounty of my table is spread before you. As you continue your day, keep your inner ear tuned to the sound of my voice. I am whispering secrets of my kingdom to you. I am revealing the beauty that I have hidden in the mundane. The next 3 hours are not just time passing, they are time being redeemed. I am the Lord your God, and I am holding your hand. There is no darkness deep enough to hide you from my sight, and no shadow dark enough to extinguish the flame of my love within you. Walk in confidence, walk in peace, and walk in the absolute certainty that you are safe in my company. Amen. Be still and know that I am God, but also know that I am active and moving in this very moment on your behalf. There is a sacred rhythm to the universe, and right now, the tempo of your life is shifting under my sovereign hand. You have felt the friction of the old cycle, the repetitive patterns of anxiety, the recurring shadows of lack, and the familiar sting of betrayal or self-doubt. For years, you have felt like a traveler walking in the dark, retracing the same steps over and over, hoping for a different horizon that never seemed to arrive. You have asked me, "How long, O Lord? How long must I circle this mountain of grief?" I have heard your cry, and I have come down to deliver you. Today, in this very hour, I am declaring a divine cessation. The old machinery of your sorrow is being dismantled piece by piece. The cycle of pain that has defined your family line and your personal history is not just slowing down, it is shattering under the weight of my glory. This specific hour marks a definitive turning point in your spiritual journey. It is the moment where the before meets the after. You are standing on the threshold of a new era. Within the next 3 hours, I am initiating a series of shifts in the spiritual atmosphere surrounding you. You will feel a literal lightness in your chest, as if a heavy iron cloak has been lifted from your shoulders. This is the weight of the old cycle falling away. I am reaching into the deep places of your subconscious, and erasing the blueprints of failure that the enemy tried to etch into your identity. Behold, I make all things new. I am not merely repairing the old version of you. I am bringing forth a new creation. The parts of your heart that have been calloused by disappointment are being tenderized by the oil of my Spirit. I am the weaver who is pulling out the dark threads of your past and replacing them with the gold of my presence. This turning point is not a suggestion. It is a sovereign decree. I have spoken it, and it shall be so. Within these 3 hours, I am recalibrating your heart to beat in sync with my grace. You have been the one who survives for so long, but I am calling you the one who thrives. The desert wind of your trials is ceasing, and a gentle rain of my favor is beginning to fall. Can you not perceive it? It is springing forth even now. I am rearranging the circumstances of your life to align with the purpose I set for you before the foundation of the world. This is not a temporary relief. It is a permanent transition. You are moving from the wilderness of testing into the land of promise. Believe me when I say that the worst is behind you. The sun is rising on a day that has no end. As you move through the next 3 hours, do not look back at the ruins of the old cycle. There is nothing there for you now. The bridge behind you has been burned by the fire of my holiness, not to trap you, but to ensure you never have to return to the land of your captivity. Look forward, for the path ahead is illuminated by my glory. Every step you take from this hour onward is on holy ground. I am breathing life into your dreams that you thought were dead and buried. I am resurrecting your hope. The old cycle of pain, the way you used to process trauma, the way you used to expect the worst, the way you used to hide from my face, is passing away right now. It is fading like a mist under the midday sun. I am giving you a new name and a new song. You will no longer be defined by what you have lost, but by what I have found in you. I am your Father, and I delight in giving you the kingdom. This is the hour of your visitation. Receive the refreshment I am pouring out. Your heart, once parched and dry, is now becoming a wellspring of my life. The next 3 hours are a gateway into a reality where my favor is your constant companion. Trust me with the details of this transformation. You do not need to understand the mechanics of how I am making things new. You only need to rest in the certainty that I am doing it. My word does not return to me void, and I have declared that your mourning is turned into dancing. The old has passed away. Behold, I am making all things new in you today. Walk into this newness with your head held high, for you are the child of the King, and your inheritance is peace. And this peace, my child, is not a fleeting emotion that ripples on the surface of your soul. It is a deep-rooted foundation that I am laying beneath your feet this very hour. Look closely at the next 3 hours, for they are pregnant with the evidence of my presence. I know you have asked for a sign, not out of doubt, but out of a weary heart seeking the warmth of my touch. I tell you now, expect a tangible sign of my love very soon. It will be something you cannot ignore, something that speaks directly to the secret whispers of your spirit. Perhaps it will be a sudden, unexplained kindness from a stranger, or a message that arrives at the exact moment your heart begins to drift toward anxiety. It may be the way the light catches the trees, or a melody that carries a truth you thought you had forgotten. Do not dismiss these moments as mere coincidence. As you put aside the distractions of this screen, know that your decision to stop and listen was not a coincidence but a divine appointment. I am weaving the tapestry of your day with threads of my intentionality. I am a father who delights in surprising his children, and I am reaching across the veil of the unseen to touch the seen. Your physical world is not separate from my spirit. It is the canvas upon which I paint my grace. So, keep your eyes open. Be alert to the subtle shifts. The sign I send will be like a gentle hand on your shoulder, reminding you that I am here, I am aware, and I am moving on your behalf. Even as you wait for this sign, feel the weight of the world beginning to slide away. For too many seasons, you have walked with a heavy burden strapped to your back, a burden of expectations, of failures real and imagined, and of the crushing pressure to sustain things that were never meant to be carried by your strength alone. I am unlatching the straps of that heavy yoke right now. Can you feel the lightness returning to your step? Can you feel the tension leaving your neck and shoulders? That burden is not yours to carry into the next 3 hours. I am taking it from you and casting it into the depths of my forgetfulness. You were made for freedom, not for the slow, agonizing crawl of a soul under siege. This is the hour of your release. As this burden lifts, a vacuum is created, and into that space I am pouring my divine peace. It is a peace that surpasses all understanding, and it will begin to descend upon your home even before the sun sets today. I am walking through your rooms, through the hallways of your residence, and through the corridors of your mind. I am quieting the echoes of past arguments and the whispers of future fears. Your home, which may have felt like a place of unrest or a fortress of solitude, is being transformed into a sanctuary. I am breathing my rest into the very walls. Before the shadows lengthen this evening, you will notice a change in the atmosphere of your dwelling. A stillness that is not empty, but full of my presence, will settle over you. It will be as if the chaos of the outside world has been locked away, and only my love remains. This peace is my gift to you, a foretaste of the eternal rest that awaits, yet it is fully available for your use this night. You will lie down in peace and sleep, for I alone make you dwell in safety. I am watching the clock of your life, not with the cold calculation of a judge, but with the eager anticipation of a father who has a surprise hidden behind his back. These 3 hours are not accidental. They are a divinely appointed window where the supernatural touches the natural in your favor. When you see the sign, let it be the anchor for your soul when the waves of doubt try to return. Remember that I am the one who commands the wind and the waves, and I am commanding them now to be still for you. Your home will be a place where my glory dwells, a small piece of heaven on earth where you can be fully yourself and fully mine. The burden that is falling away is being replaced by my easy yoke and my light burden. You will find that you no longer have to strive to be loved, for you are already the object of my greatest affection. This peace is your new normal. This sign is your new beginning. This moment is my gift to you. Open your heart wide, child, for the floodgates of my favor are parting. The next 3 hours are not merely time passing. They are a bridge between the struggle you have known and the serenity I have promised. You will find that even your thoughts are being cleansed, the old patterns of worry replaced by a rhythmic trust in my provision. I am the God who provides, the God who heals, and the God who stays. As you go through the next few minutes, do not feel the need to rush or to prove your worthiness. You are worthy because I have called you mine. Receive this infusion of heavenly strength. The sign I bring will be the period at the end of the sentence of your struggles. The peace I bring will be the melody of your new song. Walk in this confidence, for I am going before you, I am standing beside you, and I am following behind you. You are completely surrounded by my goodness. You are the apple of my eye, and my thoughts toward you are more numerous than the sands of the sea. There is no shadow of turning in me, and my promise to you is as firm as the heavens. As you move into the remainder of this hour, let a sigh of relief escape your lips. The heavy lifting is over. The dawn of my favor is breaking upon you, and even as the physical sun sets, the sun of righteousness is rising in your soul with healing in its wings. Be still, and know that I am God, your Father, your friend, and your everlasting peace. As you transition into the next 3 hours, I want you to feel the weight of the world dissolving from your shoulders, replaced by the weightless glory of my presence. This is not a time for striving, nor is it a time for the frantic calculations of the mind. You have stepped into a sanctuary of time that I have carved out specifically for you. Whether your path in these coming minutes leads toward the soft sanctuary of your bed or the diligent focus of your craft, do not carry the burden of the outcome. I am the silent partner in your labor and the watchful guardian of your dreams. Your heartbeats are counted, and your breaths are measured by my grace. The noise of the world is fading, replaced by the rhythmic pulse of my love which beats in harmony with your own. I have placed a hedge around you that no darkness can penetrate, a perimeter of light that keeps you insulated from the chaos of the exterior world. In these next 180 minutes, a divine stillness will settle over your environment. If you are working, I shall be the clarity in your thoughts and the steadiness in your hands. I will provide the wisdom you lack, and the energy you feel has been depleted. You will find that tasks which once seemed insurmountable are now flowing with a supernatural ease, for I am breathing upon your efforts. You are not working for the approval of men, but under the smile of your Father, who delights in every small step you take toward excellence. I am the architect who builds through you, and I am the provider who ensures that your toil is never in vain. And if these hours are meant for your rest, then I charge you to close your eyes with the absolute certainty that the world will continue to turn under my command while you sleep. You do not need to stay awake to hold your life together. That is my role, and I perform it with joy. I am the watchman who never slumbers, the one who stands guard over your soul while you journey through the land of rest. I am standing at the door of your heart, silencing the echoes of the day's anxieties. I am filtering your thoughts, replacing the what-ifs with the I am. Let the quiet of the room be the sound of my voice whispering that all is well. Your safety is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of my covenant. I have dispatched my angels to stand at the four corners of your dwelling. You are hidden in the secret place of the Most High, and under my wings you shall find refuge. Do not look at the clock with a sense of dread for what tomorrow might bring. Tomorrow is already in my hands, and I have prepared a table for you there as well. These 3 hours are a gift, a sanctified pocket of time where the heavy machinery of the universe pauses for you. Can you feel it? The quiet confidence rising like a gentle tide. It is the assurance that I am in control of the big things and the small things alike. I am in control of the shifting tides and the beating of your heart. I am in control of the global currents and the smallest detail of your financial need. Because I am in control, you are free, free to be still, free to be productive without being pressured, free to be quiet. I am your fortress, your high tower, and your very present help. As you move forward now, do so with a posture of grace. Let your movements be slower, more intentional, reflecting the internal peace I am pouring into you. You are deeply loved, not for what you do, but for who you are mine. My eternal blessing follows you into this time, covering you like a cloak of warmth. You are the sheep of my pasture, and I am leading you beside the still waters to restore your very soul. Even in the midst of your responsibilities, there is a Sabbath rest available to you right now. Take it, breathe it in, let it saturate your cells and renew your mind. I am the God of the quiet miracle, working in the background of your life to bring forth a harvest of righteousness. You may not see the growth yet, but in the stillness of these 3 hours the roots are deepening. The foundation is being reinforced. You are becoming more resilient, more peaceful, and more aware of my nearness. This is the sign I promised, a heart that no longer trembles, a spirit that no longer faints, a mind that is stayed on me. Go forth now, hidden in my shadow, shielded by my favor and anchored in my love. I am with you now and forevermore.